actshousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
There are many times I thought, I can't do this. I mean, what parent isn't worried about? What am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough? And then I realized, wait, that's being a parent.
Don't worry about being perfect. I've had around 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's given me hope. He's our son, and that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Listen to the man who tells you exactly how he sees it. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out of our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out of our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. I hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tory? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to want to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah.
Yeah, Milwaukee, stand up, stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready, we ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue, and I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in Radio Land? How y'all doing in the chat? We got another powerful show for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Thank you for joining me this Monday, April 6, 2026. Who we got in the chat on this Monday? SE in the chat. I see you, Josh. Salute to Josh. Jeff in the chat. Hey, look, I guess they trying to pile in. Hey, salute to everybody joining the chat. And you know how we get down on this Monday. Every Monday, we want to get everybody on one accord. Let's get the Miracle Minister Kevin on the lines. How you doing, Miracle Minister Kevin?
I'm here, my brother. I'm here. I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm feeling powerful.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You enjoy your Easter yesterday?
Well, you know, when it comes to the holidays, I just try to get some rest because everybody is busy with the family. So I don't use the holidays as a time to get out and be social. I use the holidays as a time to get some rest.
So you enjoy it? Did you get some rest?
Yeah, I did. So hey, I enjoyed the rest. That was it. That's what's important. Because now everybody doing their Easter, whatever they doing for Easter, and the holidays are usually my quietest times. So, yeah, I get to relax.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Enjoy that time. Whatever you get to do, you know, it's supposed to be about you, and it's supposed to be about everybody else.
Right.
Enjoy your holiday for yourself.
Hey, look, anytime I can get some peace and quiet. That's powerful, Minister Kevin.
That's what's up. That's what you need to do. I ain't mad at you. That's what you need to do. Get that peace and that quiet.
And how was your Easter Sunday?
Well, I go to church and did my Sunday school thing, teach Sunday school, pastor preached after that. We sang some songs, and we went home. Then I went to the bus game with Alexis and my wife and grandson and her friend. We had a nice time. We had some good seats. Watching Yada's two brothers play. He didn't play, but both his brothers played, so it was good to see that. You know, Alex and Thanasis. So it was good to get out, enjoy it. No specific, special Easter kind of celebrations or dinner, nothing like that. Just get out and enjoy, like I say, enjoy yourself.
You wasn't out there trying to do the Easter egg hunt?
I can't recall the last time I've done something like that. I can't recall. Man, I'll tell you what, whatever it was, the price of eggs wasn't $5 or $6 a dozen.
Oh, wow.
It was probably about 50 cents for a dozen.
That's what's up. That's a long time ago. That was a long time. Hey, I had a problem trying to explain to the kids how a bunny rabbit laid chicken eggs.
I don't know how they do that. Any color, too.
Hey.
Don't explain that. Don't explain. You ain't got to lie to the kids. You ain't got to lie to them.
Not on Easter Sunday.
You ain't got to lie to them. But it's been nice, though, man. spend time with Alexis, my wife, and grandson. As soon as we get there, he said come with friends and enjoy them. The place was half empty, so we just went all the way down to the front.
Oh, wow.
Caught a little ball, a T-shirt, and all that. So
you caught a T-shirt?
We had a nice time. T-shirt, and Alexis caught a T-shirt and a ball. She caught a couple T-shirts.
What? Wait a minute. Hold on. A couple T-shirts? Y'all must have. Yeah, look.
She caught a couple T-shirts.
Hold on. How many people actually attended the game?
Oh, it was probably 18,000. Probably about 9,000-10,000 people. There was a lot of people there.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, we come all the way up to the front.
Okay, so you was following the spirit. You was moving in the spirit. Because I don't know nobody that caught 2 T-shirts in the Bucs game.
Moving in the right direction.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
T-shirts and the ball. Don't forget the little ball too. Call it a little ball too. My grandson.
Well, any word on the Sunday message? What was the message this Sunday?
I kind of talked about the Sunday school about we don't have to wait until we do it, in the right place and, in a good position to give God praise. You want to give God praise no matter where you are, no matter what your position. We're still talking about the book of Psalms. And this particular verse, chapter we looked at, wasn't really the writing of King David, but it was still, addressed to the people. So what we focus on is that whatever position you in, whether God is blessing you at the time, whether you in a dry space, you going through the wilderness for 40 years, whatever, you still give God his praise because you never know where you might, like with my case, you got to pray, you got to give praise, all that. You never know when that's going to come in handy, when you're going to need that. Because you might be
put some praise up in the storage space.
Or something that you praise.
Have a storage space for praise. Like, store it up.
Absolutely, because I didn't have time to pray. Well, praise is nothing would happen when I was victimized, I had nothing but whatever on the shelf. Whatever in God's heart toward me, and that's a good thing because it worked in my behalf. So I would say, don't wait. That's all. Don't wait till the battle is over. Shout now. Don't wait. Shout now. Give God the praise now. Don't wait till it's all said and done. Do it now.
Hey, look, a lot of times.
I want to ask you, though, was Easter enough to get you to even think about going to a church?
Who, me? I did my church.
Cross your mind for a second.
I did my time. I did my time. I did my time.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, look, I did my time for church.
You make it sound like it's a prison sentence.
Hey, look, hold on, wait a minute. It's like college. It's like school. I did my time. Now I'm out and about showing what I learned from church. I'm out here doing it in the streets.
Okay.
So I did my years. I did my years with an S. I got to go out here and do what I learned from the church. So
now you got to evangelize.
Yeah, you got to get out and about. Hey, didn't the Bible say go? Hey, now they telling me not to go. No. You got to make sure that you're understanding of your purpose. And like I said, I came up through the church. So, like I said, now I just take the lessons and principles that I learned and apply it. You don't even want to know my personal philosophy on church.
Okay, dog, we going there.
Yeah, because I got my own personal philosophy. I feel like you got to go freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year, then you got to graduate and go do the work.
That is so true. That's what the college is all about.
Hey, that
is so true. Everybody but everybody can't do it in 4 years.
Right.
And some years are different.
Right.
God's time and our time don't always line up.
Right. And I say everybody has a different purpose. So like I said, I knew mine because like I said, once you go through the process and understand, then you got to show and prove. You got to get out there and put those principles to work.
Man, that's what Pastor be saying. People stood up under you for years and they never really learn anything you were teaching them.
Because they never went out and applied none of the strategy.
You have to learn. Right. You have to be able to put your degree to work. You have to.
Hey,
can't just put it on the wall.
Hey,
you got to put it to work.
Can't just let it sit. You got to be about that action. That's why I say, look, I'm out here doing what I learned. Hey,
I love you for it, man.
All right. Well, if y'all listening to wherever y'all listening from, hey, I need y'all to gather together and get on one accord, Truth Nation. We got the Miracle Minister Kevin for the Monday prayer. We appreciate you and we thank you.
Absolutely. Well, we once again honor you and give you praises, whether we're up on the mountaintop or down in the valley low. Not just because you deserve all the praises, but because we know that when we are in our time of need, that your angels may come down and be in our presence to provide protection. We know that when the enemy may be hiding somewhere waiting to destroy us, to pounce upon us, you are there. But with your love and your guidance, you can always rest assured and follow you and know that your mercy and your grace is sufficient. Now, God, we ask for your provisions and blessings upon our lives. Some of us need comfort and some need reassurance so that we can continue to stand in that midnight hour. We look to you to be that light that shines and brightens our day, not only just our day, but our confidence as well. Lord, I speak life and life more abundantly in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Hey, look, we appreciate you. Anything else you want to say, Miracle Minister Kevin?
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, Potawatomi Casino, it was on fire when I came into the studio today. We're going to try to get an update on that. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it's that time of year again for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we'll be cleaning up the city of Milwaukee. You can also safely get rid of hazardous household items thanks to MMST. Drop off your items from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at MLK Elementary School. We're talking things like all antifreeze, paint thinners, batteries, and pesticides. Sign up now at ToryLoweCleanup.com. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup is sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousin Sub, and Waste Management.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, May 30th at Franklin Field, featuring live performances by Shaggy, Rick Ross, Genuine, Soulja Boy, Frankie J, Mims, and more. There will be craft margaritas, Milwaukee's best taco vendors, authentic lucha libre wrestling, an exotic car showcase, a Chihuahua beauty pageant, art installations, and so much more. Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, May 30th. Get your tickets at tacoandtequilafestival.com.
Need to look your best for a special occasion? You need the $100 hookup. This incredible deal includes a marvelous suit, shirt, and tie, all for $100. Only at Nick Cavani's, home of the $100 hookup. And that isn't limited to some standard stock suit. You'll be pleased by the top quality and variety of fashion offered at Nick Cavani's. No matter the occasion, maybe you're just ready for a fresh, new stylish look. Get hooked up today at Nick Cavani's in Mayfair Mall and at nickcavani's.com.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Coming through, running through, black bandana. Little kid screaming, that's Tory Lowe. I gotta say my city black man can do. I'm just here to do what God say. 10 toes down in Milwaukee. They put my name on the highways. If you need me, better call me. And they say, when something going on, who you gon' call? Tory Lowe. When something going wrong, who you gon' call? Tory Lowe. When something going on,
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. On my way in today, I seen that there was something going on at sorry about that. I think that was all right. Well, like I said, it was a fire going on today, and it was at Pato. I think we're getting more information about what took place. I guess there was a fire in the boiler room. No one was hurt, and I think that they got it resolved. But we got some audio and video footage if you're watching as we broadcast live with the fire details. Let's listen.
Other agencies as they work to put this out, since it is a heavily trafficked area with hundreds, if not thousands, of visitors every day and every week. As I mentioned, there's everything from table games to slot machines. There's a big sports book there that was obviously going to be a big place to be tonight for the men's college basketball tournament finals. So a very interesting situation here, but it does look like, if we take another look outside live, this fire has pretty much dissipated. We may be able to see a little wisp of fire coming from there, smoke, but nothing really happening at the building at the moment. So some good news this morning that they were able to get that under control. Imani Fleming is down on the other side of the Menominee River.
Well, like I said, if y'all had plans on going out to Pato, I don't even know. We got to figure out if they're going to open back up. Big night for college basketball. A lot of people wanted to get down there. A lot of people just go down there to gamble or whatever, and salute to Potawatomi. They were one of the sponsors of the community awards this year, and multiple ideas that go on right here in The Truth. And so salute to Pato for having the ability to sponsor a lot of the things that we got going on. But I remember when I saw the fire earlier before I came in, and the only thing I can think of is some of my relatives down there in the fire, because I got a lot of people that I know that they go down to Pato all the time. So I wanted to call them, but I knew they couldn't have been there, because if they were down there and it was on fire, they would have called me to try to tell me what was going on. So I was like, nah, they ain't no way they down there, because I would have got a phone call by now. So salute to the fire department, everybody that was able to take action and get that fire under control. And now we're just trying to see if they're going to open back up, or is it closed for today? What do you think, Andrew?
It hasn't officially been declared closed for the day, but they did say they evacuated all the casino parts of it. Now, it happened in a different part of the hotel. Like, the hotel's not affected, right? Just the casino.
Right, and I think that I saw some people going live from the hotel. So I knew it was farther away from the hotel because of that live feed that I was tagged in it. And I'm like, what is going on? So, like I said, doesn't seem like it's going to shut down operations for too long.
They'll make it work.
Yeah, they'll make it work. And thank God that nobody was harmed. Once again, Pato caught fire. The boiler room was on fire. Nobody was hurt. And they got the fire under control.
I said this is a new definition of hot hand.
Somebody said that to me. Somebody said, hey, did somebody have a hot hand? I said, oh, wow. Not today. Not today. Hey, but also I do want to talk about this because I had a situation, Truth Nation, and I don't know if I want to make this the question of the day. I don't know, but I do want to talk about it. But I don't know if this is the question of the day today. But I had somebody call me and tell me that they almost got robbed. And I was like, okay, what happened? I'm trying to go through the details. Well, somebody knocked at their door. And they went to the door and opened the door. And then the person tried to rob them. I said, did you know that person? When you looked out, did you look out the door to see if that person, did you know that person? Was you expecting company? And she said, no, they heard a knock at the door. I guess the person was asking her to donate some money to something, and then they almost tried to, rob her. And I'm like, and this is the thing. I don't know why people feel like they need to open the door. If you didn't invite nobody over, why do you feel if somebody knock on the door, why do some people feel like you got to go answer the door? That's all I'm saying. I tell people, if you didn't invite nobody over, then they just got to take a rain check. Why would you go open up the door because somebody knocked on the door? And I noticed this over the years when I'm out and doing advocacy that, if I knock on the door, sometimes some people feel like they have to go and answer, or it changes the environment inside the house because now people are like, oh, somebody at the door. You don't always have to open the door. I know it sounds like common sense, but you ain't got to open the door every time somebody knock at the door, especially if you didn't invite nobody or you're not expecting anybody. You don't know who's out there knocking on the door. And I remember my grandmother got mad at me. My grandmother got mad at me because I used to get up early on Saturdays. And she used to sleep in. And I'm up eating cereal. I would go grab the cereal, try to sit in front of the TV to watch cartoons. And one Saturday in particular, I'll never forget this Saturday, some people was knocking at the door. And I got up and I looked out and it was some people with suits on. And I thought that they knew my grandmother because my grandmother was a church, used to always go to church. It was a Jehovah's Witness. And I let him in. And Grandma was mad. I told Grandma that it was some people at the door and they was already in the house. I was like, I let him in. And Grandma got up. She talked to him. Hey, they start, she let them give the, the Jehovah's Witness spiel. They showed us the pamphlets and stuff like that. And then soon as they left out the house, boy, I got it. Grandma told me, don't you ever open up this door again for nobody, especially if I'm asleep. I mean, and I had to learn. I learned it. I learned my lesson. I let the Jehovah's Witness in, on my grandma while she was sleeping. And from that lesson, I've never opened the door again. If it wasn't invited, they had to go. They had to wait. They had to take a rain check. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't know, and if the police knocking at the door, if they have a search warrant, you ain't got to worry about answering the door, because they gonna come through anyway. Okay, if they got the search warrant. So, like I said, that was something that I thought I had to throw out there from the conversation I had, and thank God she got a Ring doorbell camera. You know what I mean? So we can try to figure out who the person was. But like I said, keep the door. Sometimes just act like nobody, if you don't know the person, if you ain't got no scheduled guests, just don't open it. Tell the kids don't open the door. Hey, look, when we come back, somebody said, Minister Kevin said, like the movie Sinners, you never invite anyone in. I'm trying to tell you, you don't know if you ain't, let me stop, because I thought that I learned this as a little kid. I thought everybody knew this. But I guess sometimes when you can't assume. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have a Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Tap into the best power hour in radio in Milwaukee.
So altogether, you're looking at $1,780 for your mortgage and for your property taxes in a year. And that's before you have to deal with, obviously, your water bill and electric bill. That's a steep price that people have to pay. And based off those numbers I just ran, to afford a home like that, you got to make $65,000 a year. But the problem is, here in Milwaukee, the median household income is only $54,234. That's out of whack. So again, I am all about affordability. I'm all about people getting homes. But what we have to understand is that until homes are more affordable, you can have a supply and demand problem, but the problem that we have here in the city of Milwaukee is that these prices, when people are listing these houses, they're listing them for prices that people really can't afford. And even if you do get the house and you're paying that, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is not about living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is about finding something that fits within your budget and building equity for the future.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Bucks got a rare win against the Memphis Grizzlies on Sunday, winning 131-115. An exciting moment for the Antetokounmpo brothers as the youngest brother, Alex, got his first NBA bucket. Head coach Doc Rivers.
It was good to see him take the shot. You know, he had an open shot. They kind of dared him. He took one the other night, so good for him, man. A kid that grew up here.
Just 4 games left for the Bucks in the regular season. The Brewers win their series against the Royals after an 8-5 win in Kansas City.
Reaches up and makes the catch, 2 steps shy of the wall, and the Brewers have won this series here in Kansas City.
Now the crew heads to Boston to face the Red Sox. First pitch is tonight at 5:45. Wisconsin guard John Blackwell is entering the transfer portal while also testing the NBA draft. Blackwell made the announcement Monday saying he's looking for a program that can help him develop for the next level and compete for a national title. The transfer portal officially opens Tuesday. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
In the street, side by side with my people, voice for the voiceless. We all equal when the lights fade. We still outside trying to heal this pain, trying to turn this tide. From the block to the boardroom, pressure applied. We don't run from the struggle, we stand with pride. Every name on the sign, every tear in the eye. That's a call for change, that's a battle cry.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We got the Pop Culture Report. We got Xavier Spencer on the phone. He's down at Pato right now, covering the fire. Let's get Xavier Spencer on the line. How you doing, Xavier?
I'm good, man. Look, the fire, it took place down here early this afternoon, and like right before it started raining, actually. And apparently the fire, it was caused by the boiler room. I talked to one of the workers, and he told me he was working on the second floor, and he smelled it from the elevator. He smelled it, and they had people evacuating, all sorts of stuff like that. So everybody is all safe. It looks like no injuries were reported at this moment, but yeah, it was a bad fire, man. Everybody was in the front of the hotel, waiting to see what's going on, but they didn't evacuate the hotel completely because it didn't take place there. It took place in the casino area, it seemed like. So
now, what part of the casino was mostly affected?
It was the west side. So when you go on that side of the casino where it was kind of where you just kind of drive in at. It was on the roof, so it didn't seem like anything happened inside. I think they just want people to remain outside just in case there's some gas smells or anything like that. But yeah, I was told the boiler room, they sent out an email talking about the boiler room as well. So everything's lining up in that aspect. But it didn't seem like it was too dangerous for, to the point where people are, leaving completely. People are still there waiting to follow directions.
Now, are people still down there gambling, or is there any activity going on?
No. So the worker, I think he was one of the people that worked with the one of the tables or whatever. It looked like that, at least, because that's what he was wearing, the red stuff, and it just seemed like he was one of those guys that was at the tables. He said that they were just told to evacuate. So I don't think anyone's gambling at this moment. I think people are just waiting outside in the front of the hotel area. I don't think the hotel's completely evacuated, because there was people standing inside the hotel area. So I'm not sure about the casino part, because you got to walk in to see that.
Right.
But yeah, people were in the front just complaining about the code, obviously, and then they're just trying to figure out what comes next and when they can go back inside, because it's pretty dangerous to do something like that if you want to keep everybody safe.
And salute to you for getting down there to cover that, so we can hear live from the scene. Anything that you have observed?
I mean, really, it was a lot of firefighters on the scene. It was a bunch of them. They were on top of the roof. It looked like they got the fire out pretty quickly, from what I understand. From when I left and I got there, it was already out. So
okay,
it was a pretty quick process. So
did they have to cut a hole in the ceiling? Did any of the?
I don't know that. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because if it's something with the roofs, usually they got to do something like that, and they got to make sure that everything inside is compatible and not trying to blow up or nothing like that later on. So I'm trying to figure all that stuff out still, but from what I know at this moment, it's just the boiler room, a fire in the boiler room, and it got to the ceiling and stuff like that. The fire was going out the ceiling on the west side of the building, where you kind of go in those parking garage areas. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was a big mess at first, but Milwaukee Fire Department, they were on it, so
they got it under control.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you for coming on, letting us know what's going on. You're usually talking about pop culture. Anything out there in the pop culture world that you want to keep an eye on?
Keep an eye on. There was some stuff going on this weekend, actually, with where was it? It was the Kanye West.
Right,
man. You got it.
I saw it. I watched the concert. They streamed it. I watched it on the stream.
Hey, one thing about Kanye, he put on a show. I ain't gonna lie. His shows look super fire. I ain't never been to one yet, but he started to headline one of these festivals overseas in London, and all the sponsors are pulling out because of his anti-Semitic comments a few years ago.
I thought he went and kissed the ring of the rabbi and said he was sorry.
Look, people don't forgive easily, man. The white people don't forgive him at all. So,
Andrew, do you forgive him? Do you forgive Kanye West?
No comment.
Oh wow.
Look, see, I told you. Look, the black community, we love Kanye. We always love Kanye. We always going to love Kanye. We know he got some mental stuff going on sometimes, but at the end of the day, he's one of the best performers in the world, and we can't deny that. So you got to watch out for that in the pop culture world. That's definitely some stuff that's they're trying to get him banned and stuff like that. So it's super weird, but it's very interesting that people are still talking about that. And then there's another thing with Jake Paul. He shared his idea that he was going to react to Drewski's skit.
He was going to make a skit about Drewski.
Pretty much saying that he was going to do some blackface, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know. He made it sound like it was going to try to be like a Drewski video, but it would probably just been like more on the offensive side. I don't think Drewski's video was completely offensive. I just think it was kind of, mimicking what you saw on video and just kind of making it a little exaggerated. So I think he was more so trying to say, just insult, the black culture.
Well, like I said, I mean, I don't know what he's trying to prove, but if he show up in blackface, his brand will definitely take a hit. I think that.
You think so?
Yeah, because why don't he just dress up and look like Drewski?
Yeah, and I get it, but I don't know, man. Jake Paul,
Yeah, but like I said, it ain't nobody walking around here that can't feel economic hardship. I'll say that.
Right. And I don't know if he's actually going to do it. He said he was in talks for it. I don't know if he's going to do it anymore, but if he does, people in the comments are saying do it. It's not going to go well for you. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it ain't nobody walking the face of this earth that cannot be economically bankrupt by people not purchasing or participating in their ideas. And like I said, you go try it if you want to. Like I said, do it.
Yeah.
and see what happens.
Right. And there was another thing. Tekashi 6ix9ine, he called out Lil Durk. Durk dissed him a long time back about snitching. And 6ix9ine said, well, look at him now. He ain't snitched, so he in jail. So I'm like, oh, man, kind of got a point. It kind of sucks to say it, but he kind of got a point. Like, 6ix9ine said, I'm a snitch every single time, especially if you're not my homie. And Durk got locked up, and he got turned on by his homies. I'm thinking Durk might have to snitch.
Hey, Gucci Man snitch.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Look, I'm telling you. Get your life together. Don't mess around with these dudes. Let them get in trouble.
Hey.
So that's another thing. That's another thing that's super funny to me that I saw earlier. And then our boy Dak Prescott, he's seeking joint legal custody of his kids amid the split with his wife. So that's good for him. He's trying to get his kids in line.
Dak Prescott, I thought he was engaged.
Yeah, remember he got He called it off. He called the wedding off. Remember, because of prenup stuff.
Yeah, so they had a kid together.
Yeah. I think they got one or two, I believe. I don't remember how many, but yeah, he's trying to get seeking joint legal custody of his kids apparently. So good for him on that part. But those are my pop culture topics.
Hey, well, look, get back to the studio safe. Get back to the studio safe, and we appreciate you for going live on the scene at Pato. Yep. We appreciate that.
Absolutely. Yep, I'll see you guys later.
All right, God bless you. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we're going to talk a little Kanye West. I guess they trying to shut him down after a powerful performance over the weekend. We're going to talk about it when we get back, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
At Junior Achievement, students learn how innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship can turn a simple idea into something that changes an industry. With support from Cost Corporation, students are discovering how engineering, product design, and smart marketing bring great ideas to life. From pioneering studio headphones to building a brand recognized around the world, Cost shows students how technology and creativity shape the way we experience music. Learn more at ja.org.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we don't leave success to chance. We're designed for it. With strong support, high expectations, and a team committed to excellence, our educators turn belief into outcomes every day. If you believe every child deserves an excellent education, join Milwaukee College Prep. Apply today. Visit mkeprep.com/jobs.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I got a crib in the middle of the city and I like it a lot. I got some clothes in my closet, I can never be hot. And we just talking about material things, I got a lot. And we just talking about material things, I got a lot.
7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Tory Lowe and Andrew. Salute to Nazir Spencer for being out there at Pato, going live, trying to give us the up-to-date on what's going on with the fire that took place at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. But I want to talk a little Kanye, because Kanye is back in the media again after a sold-out concert. Kanye West, once again, is on, I don't know if this is a tour or just a couple nights appearance, but sponsorship. I think that they're saying Pepsi is one of the sponsors that's pulling out. They don't want nothing to do with Kanye.
So let's talk about this weekend, right? SoFi Stadium, 80,000 people, Tory, not once, but twice. He made $33 million off of that two-night event.
Oh, wow.
In L.A. So now you fast forward. In July, there is maybe the biggest concert happening in the UK. It is the Wireless 2026 concert, and Kanye is scheduled to be there 3 days, July 10th, 11th, and 12th. The problem,
all sold out.
The problem is that sponsors are not exactly thrilled with the old Kanye, okay? So PayPal and Rockstar Energy are the latest brands to have said that they want to pull out of the festival, not just to perform with Kanye, but like the entire festival, Tory.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They said that Rockstar has decided to withdraw. They reached out to the BBC and noted the energy drink company, formerly owned by the same company as PepsiCo, announced the withdrawal Sunday. Now, Pepsi has served as the partner of the festival all the way since 2015. So they have an 11-year deal with this concert venue. So PepsiCo is still a sponsor. Rockstar Energy says we don't want to be part of it. The worry is Pepsi going to pull out? Because that's another couple $1 million that could be attached to this. And if one sponsor does it and two sponsors do it, then this turns into a trend. And look, Kanye brought a ton of money to SoFi, brought a ton of excitement this weekend, but is it worth it, and will it still be worth it in July? That's the other big thing.
What are the fans saying, though? I mean, I think that many times, look at it, he's a moneymaker. He's making money. If you make $33 million in what, 2 days?
2 nights, yep.
That's not a bad check. Well, if you're talking about having an event and having the best stage performance, and you talking about Kanye West, and he's been controversial. But I thought he went on his I'm Sorry tour where he went around. I thought I saw a video of him like with some kind of Jewish rabbi, and he was
We've seen
the Jewish
that tour
rabbi said,
now.
"Hey, look, I forgive you," and all of that.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Tory. If this was happening next week, I think that you'd say, yeah, no, have him perform, and the sponsors are kind of getting cold feet, and they shouldn't. But the problem is this is supposed to happen in July.
So they have time to pull out.
They have time to pull out, and Kanye has time to do Kanye West type of things between now and then.
I'll say this. I think Kanye West has kind of gotten the space where he wants to have that stadium status.
Yeah.
And I think that now that he's dropped Bully, I think he's in full professional mode. Like, he's going to stay out the spotlight. He's going to stay away from the drama. Now, I'll say this.
What makes you think that?
Well, because sometimes getting money, when you're on a hustle, when you're on that hustle grind, it's a whole different grind. When you got an idle time, I think in between like the last couple of years, he just had idle time to just blurt out whatever, you know. But I think that now he's starting to realize the people that he offended own all the stadiums that he loved to be in. So I think that his PR team, a lot of the people that's working with him, are making sure that he's not misstepping, because now he's trying to make that run. And this is crucial to his brand. He has to be in the stadiums because that's what his performance is built for, those massive stadiums. And you can't perform on top of the world at the rave. You know what I mean? So his stage setup is stadium status. So and it was one of the best shows I've seen in a while when it comes to production. Kanye West, hands down, nobody is doing it like Kanye West.
No, and you think about the places he's toured internationally, right? He does Seoul, South Korea, the largest venue there. He does it in Mexico City, the largest venue there. So he's going to these mega places to have his concerts, and he does such a great job of production. But the question then turns into, can we trust him? And you said yourself, hey, this guy's a little controversial, and it would be the first time in probably 15 years that he gets the limelight and he doesn't do something controversial.
Well, I'll say this, Kanye West is not canceled. A lot of that is just the media, the people he offended, the Jewish community, they own a lot of the media. So they're putting out those narratives. But if you go and just go to ticket sales, you go to fans, he's not canceled. You can't cancel a Kanye West. You can't cancel a Dave Chappelle. You can't cancel those type of people, but you can tarnish their image in the media. And so what you're looking at is people that are trying to make it look like we shouldn't be bothering with Kanye West, but 80,000 people don't show up just because.
Oh, exactly
okay,
right.
So is this a marketed narrative that they're trying to make you think that, oh, he's a bad guy, or 80,000 people just want to see Kanye West because they like and they really understand who he is. They know he has mental health issues. They understand what they're getting with Kanye West, but they want to make sure that they see a rare moment in history. Kanye West right now has hit a rare space in history.
You can say it. He's as big as Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, he's hitting that rare space where you may not get an artist like this, especially with AI coming through. Trying to take all of the budgets and everything like that. So you may not get another Kanye West.
It would be I would agree with you if there was quotes taken out of context. But everything that Kanye has said and done has been in the context of Kanye West. Like, nobody said, hey, he made this shirt that looks like a swastika. No, he made swastika shirts. And he said he made swastika shirts.
Right.
He made a Hail Hitler.
But see, Kanye West, even though he have points about what he's trying to do, sometimes his antics kind of overshadow what he's trying to say. Like, I think the swastika originally came from Africa somewhere, you know. Like, a lot of these symbols originated somewhere else. What we see as hate, those symbols kind of came from somewhere else and was made into a hate sign. You know what I mean? Like, I just saw something the other day that the Confederate flag wasn't even an original flag from the South. It came from an idea that was more from the original people, and then they turned it into the Confederate flag. Like I said, when he starts to talk the history, I think that people don't hear that part. They only hear the loud, talking out the side of your face, controversial antics of Kanye West, and then that's what they're disturbed about.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. If PepsiCo decides to pull out, that might be the only thing that would prevent him from doing this tour in Europe. Also, I want to know if he's going to do a North American tour, because if this happens this July, what does that look like in the fall? Because
he's not doing no tours in North America if they don't allow him in the stadiums.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to see Kanye West in just a regular setting. He needs that big production. So I think that right now he's kissing the ring. I think that he have tried to appease those that he offended. You may hear a lot of talk from here on out from the rest of this concert that he's trying to do, these concert series. I think he's going to be out here trying to kiss the ring, and because he wants to get in those stadiums, and he won't have access to those stadiums due to the people that are offended.
Now, we were talking about how big he is currently. After these concerts this past weekend, the topic online, Tory, was that nobody can go hit for hit with Kanye West. Nobody in the history of music. So they were saying that, like, the discography at this point for Kanye, you go from College Dropout to Life of Pablo, and now people really like Bully as well. They're saying that this beats the Beatles, this beats Michael Jackson, this beats all these other people. And the question of a hypothetical versus between MJ and Kanye came up.
Kanye West ain't in MJ status.
Not even from the music.
No. I can't say that. I can say that he's right now, he's in a stratosphere all on his own, but I don't believe that he's MJ status. If MJ in his prime, ain't nobody, it's no way.
Well, neither of them are in their prime now.
Look, he was performing on the moon, but Michael Jackson moonwalked. Okay, so I don't know. Like, I'm going to tell you, it's Michael Jackson and then everybody else.
When's the last time you listened to Off the Wall?
I heard it in rotation on Spotify.
When's the last time you listened to a Kanye West album?
I listened to Bully.
That's what I'm saying.
I just listened to Bully because it just came out.
We'll give it 6 more months, and we'll talk about this again. Because I don't agree with it necessarily, but I do think there's an argument.
LaRon Taylor in the chat says he's not Taylor Swift status.
I mean, he would argue he made her famous.
Josh says, no, you don't trust him. Only Kanye trusts Kanye. LOL. His music and his impact lives forever when he locks in. Hey, look, I'm going to tell you this. I don't care how many sponsors pull out. That doesn't mean that that's canceled. Like, when you know it's a problem, is when people stop buying tickets. And if the tickets are sold out and these companies choose to not participate, I don't believe that's a problem. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we're gonna open up the lines. Stay locked in.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Truth Nation is the best fan base in the country.
This is my first time calling in, but I listen to you all the time, and I appreciate you and with Bill Brown and everything you stand for and everything that you do. So I want to say thank you so much for being you.
We want you to tap into the talk and text line every show, every day at 833-212-1017.
Hey, man, this station is on fire the last couple days.
Milwaukee Black Talk, 1017 The Truth.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. You think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a bright, focused foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
All of your favorite 1017 The Truth content whenever you want. The Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And I got a couple things I want to bring to the table right now because it's just making me scratch my head right now when I look back and reflect on black communities. And I just seen this documentary. It was called Black on Black. And this was made like in 1968. This documentary. It was on YouTube. And I saw this documentary, Black on Black. It was about the black community back in 1968 in the L's that they were going through. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I had have not known that documentary was made in 1968 and just heard it without knowing what it was, it would have sounded like somebody on Fox 6 News or on the TV right now, like talking. Like, what is going on? Why haven't we advanced? And I'll say from 1968 because it seems like what they were talking about back then and what we're talking about right now, not much has changed with the black community. And I want to know why. Why is that? You know, the problems with the youth, being in the hood, you know, talking about jobs, being discriminated against, things like that, having their money leave the neighborhoods and things like that. They're starting to see the beginning of less black businesses in the neighborhood. These guys were talking about some of the same things that we're talking today. For those that are tuning in, this is a documentary called Black on Black. You can go look it up, or you can watch it on YouTube. This is from 1968. And this is where I say, like, what advancement have we made in our communities since 1968? And I'll tell you this, I stopped talking a lot about what we've been going through and trying to fix it. I'm trying to get involved. I'm trying to be about that action because all I'm hearing is a replay, even with Malcolm X. When I hear some of the things Malcolm X and Minister Farrakhan was talking about in their prime, a lot of the things Martin Luther King was talking about in his prime, you know, when the spotlight was on them, I kind of can match some of my articles with theirs. You would think I was living in I was around when they was around. But really, it's a new generation facing the same articles, but obstacles. Why do you think that is? Why do you feel that there's a lack of improvement in the black community when it comes to economics, education, and development? Because that's what they was talking about. That was a lack back then. And how do we get out of it? How do we rise above it? How do we change the conversation? Understand what I'm saying? Because I saw something that was very disturbing to me because we would talk about the takeovers and we were having a lot of conversations about the youth. And I saw something in the comments, you know, when the news stations post something that's going on with black children. And I'm going to tell you this, it was no empathy or any solutions, or it wasn't nobody saying, hey, look, you know what? Let's build something. Let's make sure we make something for those young people. I'm talking about other races. They was talking about criminals. They was demonizing black youth. They was talking about lock them up and throw away the key. Some borderline racist comments about black children. Just threw all of them in one spot. All of them in the same pot. You know, I thought that was wild to me because I remember when I was living out in Iowa and Minnesota, and thank God I lived in other spaces, in other communities, well-ran communities. And when the white kids had issues skateboarding everywhere, they built skate parks, you know, just so they can have an outlet to resolve the issue. Now, guess what? Skate parks are in the Olympics. They getting sponsorships from Monster drinks, you know, because they said, okay, how do we solve this problem? They didn't look at it, these kids were being rebellious, or they didn't demonize the kids and said, lock them up and throw away the key. Let's give them citations. Let's throw the parents in jail. They said, you know what? Since they want to skateboard, we're going to build them a place so they can skateboard, so they don't mess up all this other stuff. They was skating on railings, park railings. So they put it all in the skate park, and now they're able to cash in and become millionaires. I'm talking about bike parks, made dirt bike parks where they could do backward flips and things like. Now they in the Olympics trying to hit 3 backwards flips and landed on the ramp. They made ideas. They came up with creative strategies to redirect the energy. But when it came to our children, and what I'm seeing with these takeovers, that the takeovers was well orchestrated. We don't even know who was behind it. Y'all talking about how the kids are reacting. We don't even know who's orchestrating the flyers across the United States. We don't even know that. It could be a white person behind this. We don't know. Nobody has ever found the organizer to say, this is the person that's putting this together. That's all I'm saying. But why haven't we advanced? LaRon in the chat says, black community is to stay and make it better. I am almost 60 and it has not gotten better for a number of reasons. I just want to know what the real reason is. Why are we still spinning our wheels right now? Why are our conversations the same as people back in 1968? I mean, it's just weird to watch old documentaries Everything is advancing. Technology. But yet we still talking about jobs. We still talking about struggling with families. We still suffer from the man in the house rule. We still struggling from the government dumping drugs in the community. We still struggling trying to get over these humps, and we still repeating cycles. Even with these kids acting up and getting in gang culture. It was people before them that was getting involved in gang culture that we got mass incarceration from. Why haven't we been able to take that next step? I'm just interested in what y'all think. Because I'm about that action. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to just work. Regardless of whatever conversation we have on the radio, I'm going to go out and do whatever I can to try to, deal with the issues of my people. I do it on a day-to-day basis. That's what I do. But at the end of the day, when you start checking the history, you start seeing when I stop doing it, somebody else gonna have to do it because it's endless. How we gonna set up the next 10 generations? And I think it's getting worse. 833-212-1017. Why are we keep repeating what's been going on since 1968 to now, to 2026? Why haven't we? Some people would even say it's worse out here because now people are deliberately just, I guess they gave up. I don't know. Where's the advancement? Where's the advancement? I can't believe that me and Martin Luther King saying the same stuff. Me and Malcolm X saying the same stuff. Me and Huey Newton saying the same stuff. And I don't even follow them like that. Like, these are the side interviews that you got to see and watch when you look in history and you see that, man, like this, I just see, we all saying the same thing. Wow. That's just shocking to me. Just some people got highlighted more than others. Understand what I'm saying? Some people were able to get in the spot where the camera was in their face. But you can talk to the average person standing by the corner store and they're going to say the same thing. How come we're not able to advance? Is it political? Is it family? Is it the structure, household structure? Is it social engineering? The economic starvation of the black community? Not getting the opportunities as our counterparts? What happened? Somebody, we can have this conversation because I think this is the tough conversation that we got to have. And especially when the youth can be misled due to a flyer that nobody don't even know who made it. (833-212-1017). Talk to text 833-212-1017. Why there's little to zero advancement? You see a lot of people talking. If I go on social media right now, I could scroll and get 30 motivational speeches and 30,000 people talk about how to start a business. But when I walk down the street, I don't see a lot of businesses that's open from people that look like me. They say the black dollar only lasts 6 hours. Only circulates 6 hours. They say as soon as we get the check, the landlord don't look black. Where we get our groceries from, they don't look black. We paying our car notes to people that don't look black. So the money already gone by the time we get the check. can't even go to the corner store. I always say this. You can't go to the corner store and get a bag of chips and a soda from a black man. And then if they do got a store, you got to find it. You know what I mean? And they asking for help to stay open. Help me out. Sylvia says, and times have changed, Tory. The world is different. It's a different place now. They got computers. They got all kinds of things. When I was 10 years old, we skate outside, rode our bikes, we played in the parks. They ain't even doing that outside. When we come back, Truth Nation, we're going to have more conversation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, it's that time again for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we come together to clean up the city of Milwaukee. Be part of making a difference in our community. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup, Saturday, April 18th, 8 to noon. Sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, Waste Management, and presented by the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District, your clean water partner, serving Greater Milwaukee for 100 years.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They treated me like family.
They're actually people that you can depend on.
They made me feel seen. They really treated me like I was a part of their family, a part of their team.
They ask how you're doing, how you're feeling.
They're just so welcoming and so sweet and kind.
It's like family, caring about another member of the family.
If you've been injured, it costs you nothing to see if Gruber Law Offices can help.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flysshf.org and ask for an application.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Advocate Tory Lowe. For the people. Yeah. He don't talk, he show up. Front line when it go rough. Pulling up where they tore us up. Still standing, never fold up. Phone ring, that's a lifeline. He on live in the dry time. From the block to the bright sky. Got the truth on the timeline. Got that advocate love. That Tory Lowe love. For the ones overlooked, he gon' go up. From the courthouse steps to the corner store. He the voice when they say they can't take no more.
101.
Yeah.
7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. We talking about what's going on in the last 50 years. I just watched this documentary called Black on Black. It's on YouTube if you want to watch it. It's about an hour and something, probably an hour and like 20-something minutes, 21 minutes. But this was back in 1968. And I'm looking at this video. I'm listening to it. If I close my eyes, I would think it was 2026. If I just didn't know that this was something that was shot back then. And the brother that was talking, he was trying to describe the difficulties that they was going through in 1968. How he had to keep his head on a swivel. I say that. Look, I say that right now. What'd I say? Keep your head on a swivel. Green don't always mean go, and look both ways before you cross the street. That means be aware of your surroundings. Because ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. So I got a clip I want to play of this black man in the documentary. Now, if I didn't tell you this was the documentary and I told you this was somebody I interviewed today, you wouldn't even know the difference. You wouldn't even know the difference because it's the same thing going on right now. All you gotta do is listen to him, and then at the end of the show, when Elizabeth Brown come on, listen to what Elizabeth Brown talking about. Same thing, you know. What I'm saying, what she's saying, even what you saying. We got a clip of this. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. I want to play just what this brother was saying from the Black on Black documentary. I need y'all to open up your ears right quick. Let's listen.
Of being black in the ghetto, it's anything you do concerning a white boy, whatever you do concerning a white boy, you got to be twice as good. You got to be twice as good. Whatever you do, whenever you have to confront that white man, you got to be twice as good. If it's going to court or if it's getting drafted into the army or whatever's going to happen to you, anywhere in life, you got to be twice as good as that white boy, and you got to show it. And it's a feeling of of like opening up a book, man, from the beginning to the end, from birth to death. That's what it's like. It's like going through a book, because every day is something, it's something that could happen. Anything could happen to you, man. Because, like, Whitey could just say, okay, anybody who has 60 Chevys, they ain't no good. You got to give them up. He passed a law. There's nothing you can do, man. If he passed a law right now that every black man had to go to a concentration camp, it wouldn't be nothing that could be said. He passed it, If he say all blue chip stamps are no good, throw them away. They're no good. So to be black is to just sit back and just take it easy, man. Easy as it go. That's the way it is, man. You got to be on your toes.
Hey. See what I'm saying? Basically, he living in panic mode. You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter what we do if they move the goalposts every time we figure it out. See, and they continue to move the goalposts when they see us in the space of actually, making certain advances. Then all of a sudden the law changed. What you gonna do about it? Then there was a part in the documentary where they was talking about getting ticketed by the police, causing them hardship because they was trying to go to work. And if you had a car back then, a nice ride, the police would sweat you. Well, we got a song. We talk about this all the time. Like police pulling us over. Matter of fact, stop and frisk. The Milwaukee Police Department got a lawsuit from stop and frisk. See, it's nothing changed. 50 years. They just upgrade the strategies. They move the goalposts. So I'll say this. What stuck out to me when they were saying if you had a ride, you needed a ride to get to work. So if they took your ride and you couldn't go to work, you got fired. So these are the things, the strategies and the things that they were doing back then. And some people was even say that they doing it today. Matter of fact, in the city budget, they already got like 160,000 tickets they got to write. How many of those tickets going in on the north side in black communities? They got it in the budget. Some of y'all got 3 of those tickets right now. And then they say if they tow your vehicle, if you ain't got the registration, you got to get everything clear before you get your vehicle back. What is that? What if you got a job to go to? It kind of sound the same to me. Kind of sound like they doing the same thing to me. It's just 2026. Yeah, look, like I said, look, it's the same playbook, different players. We got Brother Love on the lines. How you doing, Brother Love?
Hey, Tory, how you doing?
Blessings, Brother Love.
Yeah. Yes, Tory. I think, Tory, that, let me get my thoughts together. Help me, Lord. Okay, Tory, it's a lot. I think we need to pray. I just want to say a little prayer, Tory. Father God, bring all these men out of prison. You know what I'm saying? Bless these men to get out of prison and help these mothers. Because, Tory, it's a lot of mothers out here. I just seen a young girl today, 18 years old. I ain't never seen her father. He been in prison all her life. You know, so I just pray, Tory, you know what I'm saying? We need to start praying for these men in prison so they can come home and take care of these kids.
All right, well, send up that prayer. Pray for the brothers and sisters on lockdown. I'll say this. This is so scary because no matter how times change, a lot of things still remain the same in the black community. And they was talking about wearing a natural hair, and they had one lady wearing her natural hair, and I need y'all to go check out this documentary if y'all get time. But the one lady was wearing her natural hair, and another lady was saying, hey, I can't wear my natural hair. I want to perm and press it and do all this stuff to it. So you got the conflict today, like people who wear their natural hair and then people who want to wear their hair straight, like they saying they're looking like the white woman. Like it's in there. This is the same stuff. Now, with the man in the house rule, they talked about that where women and men separated because you couldn't get the benefits if you had a man around. And so that trained people to just make children, and then men would leave because if they found the shoes and the socks and things like that, or a hint that a man was around, a lot of these benefits would go away. So it was just a huge training that happened. And now we look on social media and we see a whole division between man and female, male and female roles. What they want, what they're talking about, gender roles, about who's supposed to do what in the relationship. You got the men telling the women what they want to, what they need them to do, and you got a woman telling a man how to be a man, and then the kids suffering in the middle out here running around doing takeovers in the middle of the street. See, the play is the same. It's just different. It's just a different time, and it's the same thing, and we all talking about it like it's brand new. Well, according to this Black on Black documentary, it ain't nothing new. Hey, look, when we come back, I want to play a part where this woman was talking about just the conditions and living back then, and then close your eyes and say you didn't see this on the news last week. Say that you didn't see this recently, what she was talking about. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Are you planning a special event? Do you need a personal chef? Either way, make it tasteful. I'm Alicia the Chef, owner of Tasteful Events Catering, and we create customized food experiences for any occasion. We bring quality, flavor, and professionalism to every table. Whether it's a special event or everyday meal solutions, we focus on delivering more than just food. We create experiences. Book today or learn more online at www.tastefuleventscatering.com.
Put Brewers weekends back on your schedule when the Crew take on the Nationals April 10th through the 12th. Collect a new Mish trading card bobblehead for the first 25,000 fans on Saturday the 11th, courtesy of Toyota. Then reserve Sunday for a full day of family fun. Kids can run the bases, get autographs, and the first 5,000 kids get a Brewers wiffle ball set, courtesy of Joy. Plus, it's a kids cheer free Sunday. Grab your seat at brewers.com/tickets.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Bucks got a rare win against the Memphis Grizzlies on Sunday, winning 131-115. An exciting moment for the Antetokounmpo brothers as the youngest brother, Alex, got his first NBA bucket. Head coach Doc Rivers.
It was good to see him take the shot. You know, he had an open shot. They kind of dared him. He took one the other night, so good for him, man. A kid that grew up here.
Just 4 games left for the Bucks in the regular season. The Brewers win their series against the Royals after an 8-5 win in Kansas City.
Reaches up and makes the catch, 2 steps shy of the wall, and the Brewers have won this series here in Kansas City.
Now the Crew heads to Boston to face the Red Sox. First pitch is tonight at 5:45. Wisconsin guard John Blackwell is entering the transfer portal while also testing the NBA draft. Blackwell made the announcement Monday saying he's looking for a program that can help him develop for the next level and compete for a national title. The transfer portal officially opens Tuesday. I'm Nazir Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We talking about this documentary, and this is 50 years ago, about black community suffering, dealing with life, economics, struggle. And I don't see too much of a difference from the conversation that I'm having right now with people in 2026. Why are we not advancing? Why are we not taking that next step? Why it seem like a lot of people feel like things may be going backwards? There's a lot of things, a lot of reasons, but I need y'all to tap in to the conversation today because this is a real question. What's really going on? What's really happening? Because I can't believe this documentary, Black on Black, and I want to take y'all to the women. I let y'all hear from a black male about the struggles back in 1968. But I need y'all to hear this because we talk about food deserts. We talk about not having fresh vegetables, and they had the same problem back then in 1968. And we recently went on a whole tangent of like stores closing and things like that. They done brought a couple stores back. But if y'all hear this conversation with these black women, y'all gonna just be like, wow. If you know, for those that are, you know, out here just, you know, consuming the show today, it just got me just like, okay, why aren't we able to get over these humps in 50 years? Before we play the audio, let's go to Charles. I want to hear what Charles got to say. How you doing, Brother Charles?
I'm all right, brother. How you doing?
Blessings, brother.
I understand you did.
Blessings.
I think it comes back to, you know, God gave us free will for a reason. You know, it was meant to show that we love him and will follow him on our own. Free will came with consequences. That means we have free will over our whole life. A lot of the stuff we talked about back then and we talked about right now is because of that free will. Free will means we can make bad decisions. And we tend to, as a people, keep making bad decisions. White man got free will, too. His decision is, there ain't a hospital for me, I'll build one. There ain't this, I'll go get one. There ain't this, I'm going to go get this then. And I'm going to bring a couple of my people up with me when I do it. Our free will ain't the same. You know, we spend billions on Jordans, not even the whole tennis shoe rack, even just on Jordans, liquor store, and hair. You ask where, that's where your hospital is. That's where the bank for your black people is. That's where the schools for your black people is. That's where the grocery stores for your black people. We have to stop asking somebody why we ain't got it and start looking at ourselves. We made these decisions. We made the decision not to have a black grocery store. We don't have no people with money that can get a grocery store, not to have a black bank, something that we need. We don't put this in because why? When we did it, they destroyed it.
Yep. Hey, don't leave that out the conversation.
Yeah, but see, that's God. That's God telling you. When you ask God to make you strong, he got to send you through something. So when that white man say, you got to work twice as hard, you know why? Because he already know you twice as smart as him. You should already be double where he at already. When they came and told women, we'll give you all these A's, that man can't be in the house, that was a choice to say, well, I ain't going to take that A.
We're going to stick together.
When men and women out here popping kids and multiple different people with no love and no nothing, that's a choice. What do you think happens? Stop and frisk wouldn't matter if nobody ever had anything on them. It just wouldn't make sense.
Some innocent people might fall through the cracks.
Only way you fall through the crack is they did something dirty and planted something on you.
And that was happening.
But if you already dirty, everybody already dirty.
If you ride,
you know, if you pull over 10 people and all of the time 8 of them got something wrong, that's no longer just them picking you out. That's because we know now. But if you pulled over 10 people and every time one of them only might have something wrong, you would stop pulling over them people. I'm tired of going through this. We ain't getting nothing. We as a people, first of all, put God back in the house. I remember whether my mama or father went to church or not, we did. Put the father back in the house. 2-parent household is always better than a single household. Take away all this government assistance. Make people actually get out here and get it. Legs will stay closed if you knew that the government wasn't going to help you. Then you would choose a husband. You wouldn't choose my baby daddy. This my boyfriend. Well, yeah, you got 8 boyfriends. You didn't have 8 boyfriends. You supposed to have a baby by all of them?
Oh, wow. All right.
You didn't have 8 girlfriends. You supposed to have a baby by all of them?
All right, Brother Charles. Hey, look, you know, I appreciate you for tapping in and speaking your piece. You know, 833-212-1017. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of different fires burning and a lot of different reasons from what we see with our own eyes and then the root issues. A lot of people don't trace it back to a lot of the root issues, a lot of the social engineering and systematic ideas that the government also had a hand in. And, you know, like I said, we just got to come to the conclusion that we cannot continue to do this and move the same way. We got to do something different. We got to make something different happen. By any means necessary to change the direction that we're going. But we talked about food deserts for the last, couple months. It's been a big deal out here. They're trying to make sure that they're keeping grocery stores with fresh food in our communities. But if you look back at this documentary, Black on Black, Black women were speaking out about what was going on with the grocery stores and the fresh food and the vegetables. We got video on this from the documentary if you're listening as we broadcast live. I got a video clip of the women speaking from back in 1968. Let's listen.
Race, man, when it come down to food and other things, we are in this color and beliefs, some beliefs. But when it come down to food, to take that hog away from a man, it'd be just like taking their life.
I go to the white neighborhood to do most of my shopping now because I find out that in the black community, the vegetables, the fruits, and even the canned goods is much different than what they are in the white neighborhood. In the white neighborhood, the vegetables are fresh, crisp, nice. In the black neighborhood, they are dry, they are not fresh. The canned goods are bent.
All soul food is high in our neighborhood because that's why most people buy it. But I don't buy it because I like to save money. I like to know where mine's going. Say, for instance, I buy a pound or two of soul food, say a batch of chitlins, 10 pounds. And maybe in here they're not real good. And then I don't buy anymore. Once I get bit, I don't buy anything else. I go out of the neighborhood. We get in an old car and we tick way out somewhere where we can find something that's a better quality of food.
Some of the cans in the black community are rusty. You don't find that in the white community. The meats in the black community, the prices are high. The meats are not fresh. And the quality is, they put so much in a package until you're not really able to buy what you want. You have to buy a large amount in order to even buy the meat in the black community.
Now, for instance, a merchant in this neighborhood will sell a product maybe for a dime or a nickel more in the Negro neighborhood, where in the white community, he'll sell it for a nickel or a dime less. And this, I do know for a fact, is true.
For instance, if there's a piece of furniture and that the low-income family have loaned for,
let the brother talk
suddenly
right quick.
someone comes along and say, well, now, I'll fix it where you can get it. So you give me 10 blue chip stamp books, and we'll call that the down payment. Well, the average family has 10 blue chip stamp books because he gets stamps everywhere. So he'll just turn in this 10 blue chip stamp books, and then you take the next 5 years trying to pay for a $25 piece of furniture. So economically, this is the same situation. I'll see to it, the attitude is I'll see to it that you don't get out of debt. So if I can't get you in the cotton field, I'll get you in the furniture store.
Oh, wow. All right. That's too much for me to soak in. I'm done with that. You know what? Hey, I threw it out there for y'all. You know, I'm out here every day dealing with all of this stuff. You know, we just talked about food deserts and stores used to smell like the food was spoiled and everything. Don't act like we didn't go up in the store and smell the spoiled meat up in there. All the stories, some of them, all right, I'm happy we getting some stores back, but some of them stores needed to close down because it was stinking. The store smelled like stank. It was walking in the store, we all tried to ignore it because we tried to support. It was a grocery store in the black community, and it stank. The store was stinking. Only reason they got shut down because somebody took a picture of the rat packaged in the meat. They put it on Facebook. It's the same thing going on. I'm trying to tell you, Truth Nation, I can't. You know, my brain, we gonna still work. We still got work to do. But forgive me if I'm not going all the ways that people saying Tory don't go to meetings, Tory don't do this, Tory don't do that. It don't work. It never. We still gonna. My kids gonna have to fight the same battle if we don't switch it up. Hey, look. When we come back, Truth Nation, we gonna have more conversation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Milwaukee Black Talk.
You don't want to be there. You don't like the work. You don't like the people. Now, there are some differences. The only difference is modern American slavery and capitalism versus 19th century. We were dramatically more primitive back then. And a slave that is able to buy their freedom is the same as the disaffected, disgruntled worker that is able to buy their way into entrepreneurship because that for them is freedom.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
This April, it's Financial Literacy Month on 1017 The Truth, powered by UW Credit Union. Financial literacy isn't just about money. It's about confidence and making smart decisions for your future. UW Credit Union is here to help with free tools, expert guidance, and resources. From budgeting tips to one-on-one financial coaching and self-guided lessons you can access anytime. Because they're not a bank, they're a partner in your financial journey. Learn more at uwcu.org.
Still think you're going to use those old chemicals just sitting around under the sink, in the garage, or down in the basement? So don't let them sit there. Get rid of them right away to MMSD's Home Hazmat Drop-Off Centers. It's safe, it's easy, and it's open to all Milwaukee County residents. There are 3 locations open year-round. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup is happening April 18th and with a mobile drop-off to help you clear out that waste. Visit us at MLK Elementary School at 3275 North 3rd Street from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Let's clean up Milwaukee.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Wisconsin's own Gruber's offices. One call, that's all.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
When it's beef, he gon' get in the mix. Black Jesus, they be calling him now. And I ain't never met a nigga with a better impact. He gave his life for this shit, ain't no more getting it back. He's the one, if it's dark, he's the sun.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Yeah, I thought we got that. Hey, 1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look, I just went through a whole time warp on the show. I just went through a whole time warp. 50 years ago, black communities had a struggle, a fight. You know, people trying to maneuver. And we still doing it. We still got the same struggles, got the same fight. And I know that, you know, a lot of y'all donkey gang, a lot of y'all elephant gang, a lot of y'all got enormous opinions on what's going on, but you can't get the potholes up out the street. You know what I mean? Your potholes still in the street, cars still being damaged, black people still on the news screaming at the ceiling falling in, you know. And this is why I say, what are we doing? What are we not paying attention to? And I think that sometimes you got to take a pause, regroup, rethink, and reshape and reset. Every so often you got to say, okay, we got to move in this direction for the best results. And when you're living in a resultless frame of mind where your leader, you can't say what the result is, or the people that you're putting in power, you can't say, okay, this is the outcome that we got. You're kind of doing yourself a disservice, because now everybody else will do that and put somebody in place to get what they want, and you're mad because you're not getting anything out the deal. You only have reactionary responses. When the stores started closing, now they want to fight to do something about it. Why wasn't, the leadership or people monitoring the community? You only do a little, you could do a little every day, so many things going on, but at the end of the day, that shouldn't have took nobody off guard, because we should know what's going on the block and in the community, or having a great idea of what we do have and what we don't have. And many times, people don't even know what the leader even do. They don't even know. Like I'm gonna do a test. I'm gonna go stand outside the Walmart on 3rd and Capitol, and I'm gonna have a list of names that people that's getting awards and Black excellence and stuff like that. And I'm gonna ask them, do they know who this person is? Not that they gotta really be buddy with this person, but who has leaders that nobody don't even know what they even do? I don't know no culture that does that. I don't even know a culture that does that. Who has leaders that you can't even say what they even do for you? That would never happen in no other culture. Like, if you saying you the leader, then that means you're fighting for the best interests of that group, or you're doing things that the people need in that space. And the people are telling you, and you're working with the people, so they'll kind of tap in with you, try to make sure that your thoughts and what you're trying to do are in line with the people that you're trying to serve. So how we get 50 years and we basically spinning our wheels as a community? This is what we need to have that real conversation. It's April 2026. We need to have the real conversations. Because if I look down the street and I can't buy a soda, some junk food from a Black man, it's a problem. That's a problem. Not to say that we need to eat the junk food, but what I'm saying is, if I go to the corner store in my neighborhood, or if I go to 3 corner stores in my area, or whatever store on the corner, 9 times out of 10, that person don't look like me. But if I go on the south side in the Hispanic community, and I go to every corner, it all look Hispanic. If I go to Chinatown, if y'all understand what I'm saying, this is where we have to say, we got to make that turn. We got to make that change, like Michael Jackson was trying to tell us. Michael Jackson was trying to say we had to make the change, but it starts with the man in the mirror. The moment we start working to better the group, we better ourselves. What they did was they made us individuals, individualized us. So we're just trying to survive and get what we can for ourselves, and then hoping that what we get for ourselves can kind of give something back to the group. When other communities, they work as a group, which overall helps them as individuals. And when they do strategies divide and conquer, they got you fighting against your constituents, your brothers and sisters, and they got leadership, selected leadership in there that can't produce a result. It can get confusing. It can get confusing. But that's why I say if you get active, you ain't got to be confused. If you understand, going outside, you got nothing to lose at this point to go outside and help your community, help be a resource for the people in your neighborhood. And I ain't say get played and go out there and let somebody take your money and break yourself like that. You don't know how to help if that's happening. If that's happening, you don't know how to help somebody. We got a lot of nonprofits. We got a lot of community resources. You can be resourceful and start directing people to help themselves. Now, I think that's how you start, but that ain't how you finish, because eventually people have to grow into ownership. People have to grow into being an entrepreneur. People have to start growing into getting that corner store that a brother can walk down the street and get some chips and get some things for the kids and, get some drinks and stuff like that for the family and eggs and stuff like that. We got to start back to the basics. This is how it got to happen, because right now everything been co-opted. Why y'all think I don't go to a lot of this stuff? A lot of people like, well, because that's the only reason they don't know what I'm doing, because by the time they see it, it's already done. They didn't have the information to try to stop it. They didn't get the information out the meeting to go try to stop it. They just look up on social media. Oh, Tory done did this. Tory done did that. Why? Because I ain't finna be around y'all so y'all can sabotage what I'm trying to do. That's what they doing. That's how Malcolm X got sabotaged. That's how Martin Luther King got sabotaged. That's how the Black Panthers got sabotaged. They assigned the infiltrator in the group, and the infiltrator started running the group. What was the movie with the Black Panthers with Fred Hampton? The dude that shot Fred Hampton up was running the Judas and the Black Messiah. The informant started running one of the setups. And that was back then. They really good now. They done made the informants the leader. The leader now is working for them. Like back in the day, the informant was the person that they snuck in the group. He worked his way up. Now they said, why do that when I can make the leader, when I can select the leader for you? All right, I ain't gonna say that. Hey, that game. I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna run the break. When we come back, I got some stories. That I got to get to. And CBS News just dropped a news article on the takeovers, the teen takeovers that was happening worldwide. Not worldwide. Maybe it was some takeovers going on in Africa. Maybe somebody had an African flyer. We taking over to Africa. Come out. Looking like Bob Marley on the flyer. I don't know. I don't know what they doing with these flyers because we don't even know who did it. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Milwaukee business owners, this is your moment. Every Friday at 8 a.m., call in to 101.7 The Truth for What the Business Is. Tell us what your business is, where you're located, and one thing you've learned along the way. What the Business is powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth Nation is the best fan base in the country.
This is my first time calling in, but I listen to you all the time, and I appreciate you and with Bill Brown and everything you stand for and everything that you do. So I want to say thank you so much for being you.
We want you to tap into the talk and text line every show, every day at 833-212-1017.
Hey, man, this station is on fire the last couple days.
Milwaukee Black Talk, 101.7 The Truth.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve. because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Listen to the home of the 5K Gruber Cash Giveaway. 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And feel free to call in 833-212-1017. Why haven't we progressed much in 50 years? I played an old documentary called Black on Black that was shot in 1968. And I'm telling you, after I saw this, I had to close my eyes and pray. And when I listen to Malcolm X, when I listen to Martin Luther King, when I listen to the old pillars that fought, a lot of times I hear mirroring conversations right now. Why ain't we taking those next steps? There's so many reasons, but I want to hear why you think it's happening. Many times I believe that when you get into a situation where you are in a project, or they call it the project, or they call the hood, or everywhere there's a black community, and it is almost the same blueprint. It's almost the same thing going on. And then we have to make better choices, like the brother said, like Brother Charles said. Sometimes you got to use your free will too. The best thing I learned is if I don't like something, I don't have to show up. Or if I don't like what Elizabeth Brown say, if you don't like what's being served, then you don't have to sit at the table. So I just don't sit at the table. I just don't do it. Like, I got a free will to not do it. A lot of people say, well, you trying to isolate yourself from the group. Well, I say if y'all got that many people over there and ain't nothing happening, I'm better off taking my own chances to try to see what I can do. Why would I go because it's a bunch of people doing nothing or faking like they doing something, or they say that they from the block, but they don't have a clue on how to stop what's going on. I don't know how to do that. In my brain, I'm going to figure it out. I'd rather take my chances and try to see if I can figure it out. Now, I can see if the group was working and it was things going on and it wasn't no commercialized movement where, it looked like they promoting events and stuff like that. I'm talking about like real results, real outcomes, real tangible outcomes. I might be, I might not hesitate to get involved in it.
But at the same time, you got to make sure that what you're doing, that you're not wasting your energy and wasting your time, too, at the same time, especially nowadays, because they will waste your time. You'll become a part of something, and then 2 years will go by, and then you'll write down everything that you was able to accomplish and come up with 0 on the paper. And it's 20 people here. It's 30 people here. And you just happy you ain't been abused and sexually assaulted at the end of the 2 years. Hey, all right, well, I'm going to get into this story at CBS News. CBS News, they made this article on the takeovers, the teen takeovers. I guess now that it's in the national spotlight. And the comments, because they know it's black teens, is stay out the comments. I'm telling you, if y'all see these comments, I don't even read the comments when it come to black youth, because there's no empathy at all. Sometimes from your own people. And not to say empathy is giving them a pass. Empathy is not giving them a pass. Empathy is trying to get to the root of what's happening and trying to redirect what's happening to something more positive. You know, but if you have no empathy, then it's throw them in jail, lock them up and throw away the key. Well, CBS News dropped what the take is on the takeovers. If you watch it as we broadcast live, we got some news on this. This just happened over the weekend. It's fresh. Let's listen.
Swarmed a trampoline business near Tampa.
Just a teen takeover.
In Chicago, teens raced up streets, running on top of parked cars. In Jacksonville,
knock it off!
Teens could be seen attacking each other right in front of law enforcement.
I'm gonna go home, I swear. No. We have a place for people like you.
At another Jacksonville takeover event in February, 5 teenagers were shot. Organized on social media, a wave of spur-of-the-moment meetups has been creating chaos in American cities and has even spread overseas.
Is it advertised as a let's come cause chaos?
For the most part, yes, that's what it appears to be. It's bring your drama.
In Mesquite, Texas, police keep a close eye on social media for posts advertising the teen takeovers.
When police found out that there was a takeover planned here, they started adding more resources like this, visual deterrence to let kids know they're watching, and it worked. The takeover didn't happen.
Lieutenant Michael Kelly warns these incidents can overwhelm law enforcement and turn dangerous very quickly, like this recent one in a neighboring Texas county, which ended with damage to cars and 3 arrests.
So if they're doing it in a public place, is there a risk to just the general public, too?
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's why we have to be out here, because we have to maintain safety and security for everybody.
Police say they're tracking the trend closely, trying to prevent the next takeover and keep their community safe.
All right, so once again, another article on a national scale, and you see the flyer and you putting resources to stop the flyer, but you don't know who did it. That could have never been I'm telling you, it ain't a black person doing this. Because if it was a black person who was doing this, they'd be in jail by now. They'll be on the news, plastered all over the news. That's how I know it ain't a brother or like a black kid or something like that, because the takeovers is over in Africa. I made a joke. I didn't know that they said it was over and it's going global. I didn't know the takeover was going global. But what I'm saying is, they said everything but using resources on how to figure out who IP address that the flyer was coming from and what the address to that, like to focus on where the flyer originated from. I've heard dozens of articles and never saw the organizer. Now, let it be a movement about black power. Let it be a movement about a whole bunch of black people walking down the street with rifles. Like, you know, and then I bet you they find the organizer. I bet you his name and face will be all over the news. This is why I say you got to be careful when y'all jump on some of these things because they never say who did it. And now whoever's doing this is then took it overseas, they said. They took it overseas. So y'all thought that some kid from Milwaukee got that smart. And y'all already know the test scores ain't even coming out right. Not to say that, you know, you might not find a genius somewhere. But what I'm saying is, I bet you when they get to the brass tacks,
It's something more sinister behind these takeovers. And what they gonna do is use this as a way to say, this is why we gonna handle the kids rough. Because they was already handling the kids rough. We done seen plenty of videos where they done choke the kids out and slam them on the ground, but now you ain't gonna feel no kind of way because they done already put out the demonization on the young kids. And I ain't saying that. Hold on. I ain't saying that they need to be out here doing this. I believe that the parents need to know where their kids at, and I deal with it. I deal with it in a real way where I'm trying to tell people, hey, look, all y'all parents, make sure that y'all get y'all kids in order because what's finna come behind these takeovers is some way more that you ain't even expected because they going to handle these kids rough at Summerfest, at these festivals, and now you desensitize, you just going to think they deserve it. And they probably do because they shouldn't be out here acting like that. And y'all parents need to get y'all kids under control. Don't call me if your kids get caught out here at one of these festivals. And I'm telling you now, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not getting no attorneys. Don't call me and say, my kid went up to there. I said, where was you at? Well, I was at home. No, I'm not doing none of it. So I'm throwing it out there now. Don't come to me about no kids out here getting caught up in none of these events. I'm not doing it. Now, I'll probably give you some advice, but I'm not taking that on because I'm telling you ahead of time to make sure if your kids is going out, y'all gotta do y'all part. Now, if they driving a car and something happened off to the side, outside these takeovers, okay, I got you. But if you ain't watching your kids that tough to where you dropping your kids off and not understanding what's going on, then you need to really come to the front of the congregation. Because if a flyer can make the kid act better, they responded to the flyer better than they acted to your house rules. That's crazy. So we got a little work to do, but we can redirect the energy. That's all I'm saying. But I doubt if it's a black person behind this. I think it's something more sinister going on, and they done took it overseas. So, like I said, we need to find out who's behind it, but at the same time, y'all need to understand the game that's being played and making sure that you got your kids in check or making sure that you got your kids in a place where you understand what's really going on. My grandma used to tell me a disobedient child won't live their days out. That was one of my grandma's favorite scriptures. She used to say, a disobedient child will not live their days out. I don't even know if that's even scripture. I ain't got time to look it up. Somebody, Minister Kevin, is that even scripture? One of y'all pastors let me know that even scripture. A disobedient child won't live their days out. If you ain't listening to your parents, bad things gonna happen to you. That's all I'm gonna tell you. If your parents telling you the right thing and you going against what they telling you and something bad happen, I ain't gonna say you deserve it, but I'm close to it. I'm close to saying it. Hey, you might be, what Minister Kevin say, my mom said it too. I don't know if it's scripture, Minister Kevin. I don't know if it's scripture though, but a disobedient child won't live their days out. That's what my grandma, and I tried to listen, I tried not to be disobedient because I wanted to live a long time. RC in the chat say, days shall be shortened, 100. Yeah, if you ain't listening to your family, you hard-headed, hey, your days gonna get cut short. This is what what the biblical people was talking about. I like to say, spare the rod, spoil the child. That don't mean go with being abusive, but let them know. This is you under my rules. Till you can get old enough to make your own rules. Well, in today's society, the kids can do anything, and if you try to do something, I'm gonna go tell my teacher. I'm gonna go tell the peoples on you, so then they gonna come to your house with the 2 white women and 5 police officers standing outside. Talking about this, I gotta take your kid to the hospital because it's a mark on their leg. I'm trying to tell you, but this ain't what's going to help us move forward. You got to have your kids under control. You got to have that discipline. So, yeah, the flyers is out there, but that don't mean that's an excuse for you to not make sure that you do what you're supposed to do to keep your kid in line. Minister Kevin say, spare the rod, spoil the child is not in the Bible. Oh, I don't know. Well, tell me what's in the Bible. What it say, you know. I said a disobedient child won't live their days out. I was asking you for that one. Don't tell me what ain't in there. Tell me what it say about the kid. I got you, Minister Kevin, but man, like let's get some scripture on this. If the kids out there acting crazy, what do the Bible say about that? We gonna run the break. When we come back, we gonna see if we got some scriptures. Somebody say Exodus 20:12. Pamelina in the chat, Exodus 20:12. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it's that time of year again for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we'll be cleaning up the city of Milwaukee. You can also safely get rid of hazardous household items thanks to MMST. Drop off your items from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at MLK Elementary School. We're talking things like all antifreeze, paint thinners, batteries, and pesticides. Sign up now at ToryLoweCleanup.com. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup is sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousin Sub, and Waste Management.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Greg Fritsch, president of the Center for Veterans Issues, inviting you to get involved in supporting the CVI mission. The Center for Veterans Issues is proud to serve veterans across Wisconsin. Each year, we help more than 1,200 veterans stay housed, find meaningful employment, and connect with the support they've earned. From housing assistance and job training to case management and suicide prevention outreach, our team is here to help veterans build stable, independent lives. If you're a veteran in need of support, visit cvivet.org. Donations can also be accepted at cvivet.org/donate.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, yeah, this the Tory Lowe Show, this the Tory Lowe Show, this the Tory Lowe Show. You gotta tune in, you gotta tune in, yeah. This the Tory Lowe Show, this the Tory Lowe Show, this the Tory Lowe Show. You gotta tune in, you gotta tune in, yeah.
Hey, Tory Lowe, you know how it go. Don't play, always up in the flow. Hey, they never know, they gotta go. You don't know Tory, then you better
101.
Yeah.
7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We've been talking about the past 50 years from this documentary called Black on Black. You can go on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's an hour, about 20 minutes long. And I watched it over the weekend, and I cannot believe that some of the same things that they were dealing with 50 years ago is probably happening right now. And not only probably, the words, if I just didn't know that this was from 50 years ago, it'll match what I seen on the news last week. That's how bad it is. And, we trying to get things in the proper space so we can move forward. We got the caller on the lines. How you doing, caller? The caller.
I'm doing awesome on this great spring day, brother.
Blessings, brother.
And to you as well. Another saying is with a hard head. And then another one is you can lead a horse to water, but if that horse is not a follower, they're going to walk to the edge, and when they see that the water is too deep, they're not jumping in. So I've been in a lot of places where a lot of things.
Yeah, something wrong with your phone, caller. Try to call back and get a good connection. Did he sound like that when you called in? Get your connection straight. He was spitting some. He was about to spit some facts now. I some of the things he said, hard head make us soft. You know what? And he was starting to run. He was about to run it down on y'all. But I'm looking in the chat, and I got the scriptures. I finally got the scriptures. I finally got some of the scriptures. We're going to talk about did the caller get his thing straight? Okay, he got his phone straight.
Yeah, I just had it up too loud.
Okay, go ahead. You was about to run it down. I was feeling where you was going with that.
What did I say? I think I said a hard head. Well, see, you already done told them don't call you, right? So I guess they'll call Ghostbusters. But, I mean, what I was trying to say is that I've been around a lot of places, and your proximity to it, like some people, I was talking to some guys of my age group and talked about what we used to do. We might be in a place where something is going on, but we knew what our family was going to do if we got involved in certain things. And so we would go away from the drama. And I think now everybody wants to record it. And so that's another thing that whoever, like you said, whoever's bad idea this was can count on. That everybody's going to run to it so they can film it and go viral. And you have warned the people who might call you. And I would caution people to start very early, Tory, is what I really want to say, in teaching your kids not to be followers of social media or of other people. And I'm talking 2 and 3, when they can start talking, instead of handing them a device or sitting them in front of the TV all day, spend time that's quality teaching them, because as parents and a grandfather myself now, we are the first teachers. So this does come back around to the people who are responsible for these kids till they're 18. And hopefully with conversations that you guys have had, and maybe I think focusing on the kids who are doing great, because most of our kids are doing great. It's a small amount of them. Even if you're talking about 200, there are several 100,000.
Hey, look, it's 1,000 kids in each school. Over 1,000 kids in each school.
That's doing great.
Yeah.
So what I want to encourage is, and I'm going to start doing that when I call you guys, I'm going to find some kids who are doing fantastic, name them for you guys, and tell you what they're doing to balance the fact that.
Well, like I said, they come in on the show. They come in on the show and talk. I get them to come in. They come and knock on the window. I tell them, come on in.
That's what's up. And so, I think having them be highlighted more is more beneficial in the long run, because it's going to encourage those kids to continue to stay on the right path. So, I think that's a part of the solution that, I hear on this station and in a lot of content that we don't pay as much attention to.
Well, I bring whole droves of young people in this studio. Yeah. This studio be filled with young people from the little leagues, from the basketball leagues, from the all of that. I do it all the time. So
I'm gonna come up with a list of all the people who are graduating this year that get scholarships, and and just name them.
Hey, tell them they need to do the signing. If you can find somebody that's doing the signing, hey, if you can find somebody doing the signing, they can come sign right here on the Tory Lowe Show and say where they going to college on signing day.
Awesome. I'll keep that in mind, brother.
Yeah, we can do that.
I hope that these kids that are not a part of the violence, because most of them even that were there, from what I saw, wasn't involved in the fighting and definitely not the shooting.
Hey, that's what I said.
But they did probably. I saw a lot of them running behind the drama, which is also dangerous. That you have to learn as you get older, because a bullet don't have a name on it, do it, Tory?
Nope, it don't have no name on it, but it got an aim on it.
Yeah, and you don't want to be where it's aimed at.
Right.
So that's what I had to say for today, man.
God bless you to call.
Enjoy the rest of this day, man, and blessings to you.
I appreciate you. We got some scriptures finally falling through. Some biblical scriptures on keeping your kids in the right space. Now, I want to read where Jasmine said, "Ain't no black person over these takeovers." I said this from day one. It's an excuse because the 250th America is coming. 250 anniversary or something like that? The 250 America anniversary. Downtown festivals ain't playing this summer. I got some scriptures. Exodus 20:12. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be longer in the land of the Lord. LaRon goes on to say, honor thy mother and their father. He also goes on to say, you can't honor your father if you don't know who he is. Damn. That's bad. That's bad. Minister Kevin goes on to say, Proverbs 13:24 comes close to that saying, but that saying actually derived from the 17th century. I guess the saying, spare the rod, spoil the child. He said that ain't in the Bible. That somebody just said that. My grandma said it all the time. Also, Minister Kevin goes on to say, I was at another court case this morning where a 17-year-old shot and killed another teenager and now facing 45 years. Hey, sometimes your decision-making some decisions you make come with more penalties and consequences than others. So, like I said, thank y'all for joining me for this conversation when it comes to these young people and these takeovers. And my advice to everybody is to redirect the energy. Once you see energy, learn how to redirect the energy. Don't just sit there acting like, you don't know what to do. Take the energy and point it in a direction to use it in a more positive way. That's the simplest way I can kind of make it make sense. Don't just let the energy run you over. Learn how to make things and redirect things. You do it in a relationship every time. You know when that person talk about they finna leave and you try to, stand in front of the door talking about you ain't finna leave. You redirecting the energy. You want them to come back. You change your ways and you change your mannerisms so the person can come back. It's the same thing. You just using it for the relationship. You can take a lot of this energy and say, hey, look, I want to take this energy and put it over here in a more positive. That's all I do. And that's what I've been doing. You can't, it's already taking place. You can't stop it. But you can take the energy and move it in a different space. Master how to do that with your kids. Yeah, they may not know how to read, but you can take that energy and put them in a space where they can find out, or you can find out and give them resources. And once you direct the energy to the resources, the right resources, then the kid learn how to read. It's just simple. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
As the White House threatens to take over state elections, restrict abortion nationwide, and take away our health care, the Wisconsin Supreme Court is the last line of defense for our rights. That's why the Supreme Court election on April 7th is so critical. The ACLU does not endorse or oppose candidates, but wants you to make an informed decision. When it comes to abortion rights, Maria Lazar supported overturning Roe v. Wade and is endorsed by groups that want to ban abortion. Chris Taylor voted against abortion bans and defended abortion rights while working with Planned Parenthood. And on the issue of voting rights in Wisconsin, Maria Lazar defended efforts to rig elections for one political party through extreme gerrymandering of congressional and legislative districts. Chris Taylor opposes rigging the system with extreme partisan gerrymandering. On April 7th, stand up for our rights. Paid for by American Civil Liberties Union, Incorporated.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
If oil gets to $90 a barrel, I'll be able to pay off my house. I think war is awful. It's terrible. It doesn't resolve things. It creates long-lasting hatred and even more conflict that the American people are always going to find themselves involved in.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon.
But if I don't have a mortgage, you know what I mean? You take the good with the bad. Didn't Donald Trump say he was going to end the wars? You can't have America first if you're involved in all these foreign wars. And there's people that believed him when he said that. He doesn't like wars. He said it many times. Said on the campaign trail.
Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
He's bombed just as much in his first year as any warmongering hawk president we've ever seen since World War II.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Lion Forge Entertainment is an Academy Award-winning Black-owned film studio that focuses on diverse stories. The company is working on several new projects aimed at younger audiences, and Lion Forge founder and CEO David Stewart II says you might be surprised where he's seeing opportunities with Gen Z.
In some ways, some of this stuff is actually kind of coming full circle. I was just circulating with our team some articles that have just come out around Gen Z going back to the movies, and that's their new interest point right now. So yes, YouTube is growing and a lot of eyeballs are going there to kind of find content, but they want to go to the movies because they want this unique experience that they haven't really had, because they've had the screens in front of them all the time. They've had that on-demand content. So it's interesting how things are kind of coming full circle.
Lion Forge Entertainment won its Oscar for short film Hair Love, a story about a black father learning to style his daughter's hair for the first time. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Bucks got a rare win against the Memphis Grizzlies on Sunday, winning 131-115. An exciting moment for the Antetokounmpo brothers as the youngest brother, Alex, got his first NBA bucket. Head coach Doc Rivers.
It was good to see him take the shot. He had an open shot. They kind of dared him. He took one the other night, so good for him, man. A kid that grew up here.
Just 4 games left for the Bucks in the regular season. The Brewers win their series against the Royals after an 8-5 win in Kansas City.
Reaches up and makes the catch, 2 steps shy of the wall, and the Brewers have won this series here in Kansas City.
Now the crew heads to Boston to face the Red Sox. First pitch is tonight at 5:45. Wisconsin guard John Blackwell is entering the transfer portal while also testing the NBA draft. Blackwell made the announcement Monday saying he's looking for a program that can help him develop for the next level and compete for a national title. The transfer portal officially opens Tuesday. I'm Nazir Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 1017 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
We're taking back everything they said we lose. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey! Here come to save the day. Save the day. No more excuses, ain't no more running away. No. And now it's time to eliminate the beat. I'm here to save the day. We grinding to take back the street. Take it back. Yeah. Stand up. Stand up. It's my turn. I'm about that action.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We've been talking about the youth. We've been talking about parenting. We've been talking about a lot of people been shooting scriptures in the talk to text. They just sung Proverbs 13:24. Whosoever spares the rod hates their children, but the one who loves their children is careful to discipline them. Now, it goes on to say that the word rod symbolizes corrective guidance, authority, and instruction rather than solely physical punishment, reflecting the cultural context of ancient Israel, where discipline was essential for moral and spiritual development. So, a lot of people, when they hear that word rod, they get flashbacks of them getting abused. So they want to pick up that rod. Back when we was coming up, some people got a little too wild with that rod. You know what I mean? But a lot of people came out better because of it. But we ain't talking about abuse. So we talk about discipline, trying to keep that order, that discipline, that action, that guidance, You can always tell when somebody don't love you because when they pull that rod out, hey, they not trying to guide, they trying to, be more destructive. And I seen that too. I seen a couple situations where, the person that does this, they usually hate themselves. That's something inward inside of them that they probably may never get corrected, but abuse is never tolerated. That's why I say no to abuse in any form. And sometimes people will weaponize your discipline and say it's abuse as a way to stop you from giving them the discipline. So you gotta be wise when you're approaching situations, because I try to see if it's abuse or if it's discipline. And sometimes we got a hard-headed kid, they don't want to be disciplined, and they'll go and tell everybody it's abuse. Because they don't want to be disciplined. What my grandma used to say, you want to be grown. So when you say, okay, I had a mother that said, okay, I'm going to take your phone because of, what you did, and they went crazy. You try to take somebody's phone right now, you might have to get a restraining order on them to keep them away from you because they're going to try to attack you. Some folks really so addicted to these phones, all you got to do is say, I'm going to take your phone away. And I'm telling you, I don't know what the phone then did, but it didn't program these kids now. They throwing tantrums like over you taking away their phone. I'm trying to tell you, I seen it. Like I had a woman call me to come to the house, and they said she told her 13-year-old son that he can't have his phone. He slammed the door, he tore up his room, everything. I'm talking about like she was afraid for her life. She didn't want to show him no signs of weakness. Like, she stood strong in front of him, but once that door closed and I was standing there and I, saw what I saw, hey, that's a whole nother problem now. That phone addiction. That phone addiction is something serious. But we got something before we get out of here, before we get off the show today. I want to talk about what's going on right now in Chicago. This happened a couple days ago where they're saying an 8-year-old was shot in Chicago. This is making its rounds on social media. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Let's listen.
Thankfully, all 3 victims, including an 8-year-old girl who's here at Comer Children's Hospital, are in good condition after escaping with their lives from what looked to be a barrage of bullets.
Storefronts left shattered with glass and bullet casings strewn across the south side parking lot, where 3 people, including an 8-year-old girl, were nearly killed. The shooting happened in the Lake Meadows shopping center near 35th and King Drive in Chicago's Bronzeville neighborhood, right outside these Baskin-Robbins and Subway restaurants. Police say just after 4:45 in the afternoon, a dark-colored SUV drove up to them, and someone inside the vehicle opened fire. The girl was shot in her foot. A 28-year-old woman was shot in the knee and taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center for treatment, while a 24-year-old man was rushed to Stroger Hospital with multiple gunshot wounds, including to his arm and chest.
It's very saddening to know that, kids are always never safe.
Their lives were spared, yet concern.
All right, well, I'll say this. I don't know what that was. But I'll say this, when you talk about just safety, community safety, when you talk about 8-year-olds getting shot, I mean, even it's kids that get shot in Milwaukee all the time, and we try to rally around and we try to, help the family through that hard time. I know that some funeral homes give out free funerals for kids that lose their lives due to senseless violence. But when do we get the improvement? When do we get that action to where we start turning the tide on a lot of these aggressive situations? And this is what I'm saying. Has anything changed much in 50 years? Have we become stagnant and bringing results to our own community? And I would say, from what I'm seeing, yeah. I mean, I think people can bring results to themselves. They can go and make changes in their own individual lives. But are we working together as far as on the behalf of the group to change our lives in total? That's all I'm saying. Because I stopped going to funerals. I don't go to funerals. I'll help a family. I'll come do my best. But when it comes to the funeral, I'm out. Because I had got to the point where I was going to so many funerals that I started, had to check myself. Like, hey, look, I was having nightmares and just every other day going to funerals. So, like I said, I had to really pull back and say, okay, I'll be here as a resource and manage a situation. But as far as going there and sitting there through another funeral service, I had to call a timeout on that. And then I had to really get a lot of the people that was responsible for the loss of life, and I put my energy in getting those people off the street, working with the family, trying to get those people held accountable. So that's my movement, though. That's what people call me for. So at the end of the day, like I'll tell you this, when I'm in that space, it's tumbleweed. Yeah, people show up to the funeral. Yeah, people, they'll be on the news. They'll show up to the balloon releases and stuff like that. But I think that we have to put another energy out here that can, as a whole, and it's going to take a village to do it, but take the whole village and really attack the mind frame of harming innocent life. We got to stop harboring people that's out here trying to harm innocent life. We got to stop people from even having the thought that if you're going to get out here and do something to innocent life, that they're going to get your support. When we stop that, things going to change. Because a lot of y'all supporting it. I got one rule. Don't get out here and harm innocent life. You can believe what you want to believe, whatever politically, but if you get out here and harm innocent life, that's when we're going to have a problem. And I think that we all should have that. Y'all got a lot of love for that no snitching that's allowing criminals to run free to your detriment. But when you put hands on innocent life, and you out here causing harm to innocent life, we all should say that's a no-no in our community. I don't care. It's our mama, your daddy, your friend, your cousin, your brother. If they out here harming innocent life, it should be a hard no. A hard no. And they can't get your support. That's all I'm saying. Like if we could just do that, we'll cut a lot of stuff in half. Because now people know if I go out here and do something and harm innocent life, I'm not going to get no support. I'm not going to have a place to sleep. And they're going to call the police on me and throw me in the trash. That's the rule.
And I think that we need to really make that a real solid thing instead of that no snitching that's allowing criminal behavior to run to the ring like the Ultimate Warrior and shake the ring and get everybody, all the drama stirred up, and then they running back to your house and going to sleep at night. I believe if you're supporting foolishness, you need to check yourself. We got to stop it. We got to reverse that mentality. If we could start right there, that'll be a huge improvement. Because a lot of y'all don't mind a lot of foolishness. Matter of fact, y'all entertained by it. That's all you're going to talk about all day. They went down the block, they did this to other folks and terrorized the block. Now they sitting there eating chicken with you. Now they sitting at the kitchen table laughing about it. Or sitting at your house playing video games after they did it with a hoodie on. I'm telling you, a lot of these folks can't pay no rent. A lot of these folks out here acting crazy, they can't pay no rent. You can't even keep a job acting crazy like that. Your attitude, you already know they going to somebody else's house who going to work and paying the rent. A lot of folks that's about that drama ain't really got nowhere to go. And if they at work, I bet you they don't act like that at work. They ain't gonna keep no job. So you helping it, you supporting it. We got a whole system that probably not knowingly, but supporting foolishness. That's why it's thriving. That's why it's thriving, because that's, if we cut that off, if we say it's no more foolishness going on around me, trust me how many people straighten up because they won't have a place to stay. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call, That's All Gruber Cash giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call, That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices, One Call, That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
From office lunches to family celebrations, Cousin Subs has the crowd-pleasing catering you need. Choose from customizable party boxes, individual box lunches, fresh-baked cookies, and our classic party chips. Everything you need to satisfy any size group, big or small. Ordering is easy online or on the Cousins app, so you can focus on the fun, not the food. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
At UW Credit Union, our home loans have everything you need for your next big step, including up to $750 off closing costs for all home buyers. And first-time buyers can save even more. So if you're ready to trade roomies for more room, or or your townhome for an out-of-town home, UW Credit Union will be with you. From start to furnished, UW Credit Union. Apply online today. Equal housing lender. Credit may be limited as required by program. Visit uwcu.org for details.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Seriously injured? Make one call. That's all.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
If you ain't know, I get the pesos.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We had another powerful conversation today. I appreciate everybody for joining the conversation in the chat, in the talk to text, and calling in to the show to add, to the conversation. I want to play this because this came out over the weekend. Police released body cam video of chaotic teen takeover at Wisconsin Mall. Now, this is the body camera footage that they released. Like I said, y'all got to be careful because they're setting the narrative down. These bad kids are out here at the takeovers. So after this wave, if something go down in these festivals, they're going to have the green light to choke slam your kid through the table. I'm trying to tell you, tell your kids, call your relatives, tell them Tory Lowe said, don't get out here and act the fool this summer, please. They say, who is Tory Lowe? Tell them to listen to the show. If they might say, okay, Tory Lowe came to my school. But what I'm saying is, tell them Tory Lowe said, do not get out here and act the fool this summer. Because now that they done got ahead of it with the this is April, it ain't even hot outside. They done already put the narrative out here that these kids out of control, so ain't nobody gonna feel no empathy. And you talking law enforcement, I'm talking about it's another element that you ain't thought about either, that George Zimmerman type of person. That fake security dude. You know what I mean? George Zimmerman wasn't even a police officer. He was like a neighborhood watch person. So I'm telling you, it's opening all these doors for people to take action against these kids because they didn't already put out the narrative that they out here acting the fool. And they got the video footage showing it. So once this start taking place, hey, they gonna make sure that they gonna handle your kid rough. And I'm gonna tell you right now ahead of time, I'm not taking none of that. If your kids get out here in these crowds and something happen, I'm not taking that. I'm not taking those kind of situations. Maybe you could, I could probably direct you to something else. But what I'm saying is, ain't no way we got enough. We can see it coming, and if you can see it coming, you could tell your kid to conduct as so. Because right now, if you got a good kid and they just going with the flow, that may not be the right thing to do. That may not be the right thing to do. Tell your kid that if you see a bunch of kids acting crazy, go the other way. Don't participate because the stage has been set for 2026. The stage has been set. Now, I'm going to show y'all this video. Police released body cam of chaotic takeover. Listen to what the words is. Chaotic takeover at Wisconsin Mall. And that's why they concentrating on the fights. And they showing the fights. And they putting it out there. But they ain't putting out the organizers. They don't know who did it. They don't know who organized it. But this would have been some kind of Black Panther movement to free the, for reparations or something. They would have had the organizer all on TV. I'm trying to tell you.
We got some video. Police released body cam footage of the kids. If you watch this rebroadcast live, let's listen to this.
It's video that's pretty hard to watch as Glendale police responded to several fights around Bayshore Mall last weekend.
Put me on case, please. There's a fight here.
Glendale police on the scene as several fights erupted Sunday, turning Bayshore into a battleground.
Stay here.
It's the result of a growing trend called teen takeovers. They usually start as a social media post encouraging young people to gather and can turn chaotic, leading to fights, foot chases,
oh, you so tough. You can run.
And arrests. In the worst case, gunshots. A TMJ4 photographer captured this video at another takeover in Milwaukee just a day later. Glendale police say 13 people were arrested at Bayshore that night with charges ranging from disorderly conduct, battery, and resisting an officer. According to a Bayshore spokesperson, guests 17 and under must be accompanied by a supervising adult 21 or over after 3 p.m. daily. Guests who break the code of conduct will be asked to leave. During the incident, several violence interrupters were looking to help, and they can be seen in the aftermath of this fight.
You have to have something more formal to prevent this entirely. So programming in place, supports in place. Hopefully we can get the businesses involved.
All right, and that's what they were saying back in 1968. All right. Well, we saying the same thing. Neighborhood development. Okay. All right. I'm just throwing it out there. What we really need to tell these kids is the truth. Y'all laughing and sniggling and giggling and y'all going to these takeovers. But trust me, this is just the warning. This the calm before the storm. It ain't gonna be no sniggling and giggling when your kid calling you from one of these events, telling you they finna, something bad going on. Get them before they get out there. Set it in their mind that they ain't doing nothing crazy this summer because now they gonna have a pass to whoop that. Hey, I'm trying to tell you. It's y'all sniggling and giggling right now. All right. All I'm saying is, hey, I seen some of those kids, they thought it was cool. They thought it was cool. Now, a lot of y'all gonna be getting phone calls from y'all child this summer talking about y'all, they done got caught up. And they gonna need to go to the hospital and they gonna get bruised up. Don't call looking for no lawsuit. Because you ain't gonna get one. It's already a gray area and your kids shouldn't even been over there. So now it's a green light. And they gonna do whatever they gotta do to stop the chaos. Okay, well, salute to everybody that joined the show today. I appreciate it. Salute to everybody in the chat. Another powerful chat. Salute to everybody that joined the show in the chat. All we got to do is make sure we redirecting the energy. And that's a result. That's not wondering, sitting back watching the news, praying. Faith without works is dead. So what can we do to redirect this energy? And I already done told you, if your kid get out here and get involved in that, and it's in a group idea, and they get handled rough, and the police and they got the video, I don't want to deal with that, because it's gonna be a lost cause. They is not gonna let these kids tear up no businesses this summer. Keep your head on a swivel. Green don't always mean go and look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you, Dr. Ken Harris. Up next.